true.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Oh, the sound of crickets. That is what is this going on in DC right now. Government's still shut down, guys. But Bitcoin breaking a new all-time high. We talked about this on Friday. I said, look, very likely going to break a new all-time high. They get a pullback. Look for support in this little range that we're in. And then, we're going to head into Monday and Tuesday, new full moon, just full moon, not a new moon, the full moon coming. And then going to get another pump, guys. That's what the thumbnail suggests today. New all-time high, just the beginning for Bitcoin. We are continuing to the upside. Let's go ahead, though, guys, and take a look real fast at these crypto bubbles. Lots of green here on the daily and on the hourly. Even so, you got some pullbacks on the hourly. Zcash, Aster coming down. But overall, guys, market looking pretty decent this morning. Looks like the TradFi side opening up mostly in the green with the exception of the Dow Jones. We've got a new all-time high on Bitcoin. We got a full moon. We have clean shave, and a great show for you guys. Let's do it. You guys know what time it is. We'll catch you on the other side. Class is in session. Let's go. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report brought to you by Chart Prime, always by Chart Prime, telling us what's going on the charts. I love it. I tell you what's going on the charts because Chart Prime tells me what's going on the charts. It's how it works. But let's go ahead and bring up the co-host of today's show, of all the shows, the man, the myth, the legend, the Mexican Superman, OC guy. What's up, bro? How you doing today, man?
Oh, doing fantastic. Great to be Monday. Yay. Very excited to have Bitcoin and all new time highs. And seems like it doesn't want to stop there. I mean, I don't know. Just so that like a quick ballpark, I think that the 128, 457, it's just inevitable. And we might be getting the 133 zone really soon throughout the week. What do you think?
We'll see. I'm going to take a look this one. I'm going to go back. We'll do it in real time. I'm going to go back and look at the percentage moves from full moons and see when we've gone to the upside, how far has it been? And then we'll measure that off. So, but if you guys remember, we told you before October even hit that when you finish September green, this is according to Eric Crown, not Tom Crown, different Crown Crypto. He said, when you finish September green, every single time that's happened, which isn't that often, October has fourth quarter has seen an upside move of 51%. So, and you know where that 51% puts us? At my target, 167 range and 170. So yeah, looking great. We are getting some move today, but it's full moon, man. We have a full moon today. You can see it right there outside of OC's window. Right there outside the window. He's getting a little moon reflection there behind him. No, other side, bro. Yep, right there. Little moon reflection there. Full moon Monday. It's also OG Monday. If you guys don't know, OG Monday. Got the OG mug. Got the OG shirt. Let's get it. OC, you got the OG Bitcoin chart up. Let's go take a look at it.
Let's go. All right, so this is where we left out. Remember that on Friday we were moving our stop to entry. So this is where we left out right here. Friday morning, that's where we have a break of structure entry coming back down over a stop to entry as we start having a little bit of a retracement. That was a pretty cool move. A secondary opportunity if you guys were not able to jump back in as we were breaking back above. Look at that, making that old new time high on Saturday and back at it right now. So we are basically all in gains. We should be already 50% out of this, or at least your first taking profits. Remember the big area of resistance, that's where we take some profits. So that should be at least where you are at. And just so you guys know, I already have taken 50% out in here, another 50% out on the same zone, and just leaving the rest of that 25% left of the original trade in for the next and last taking profit. So I know it's been a little bit of a bummer that I have taken on the same area, but that is just part of my strategy. Remember, there was a real danger that we have a double top and then a continuation downwards or a retracement to the loud order block. this loud order block, look at that, despite it's 50-50, it is in a pretty good area for liquidity being grabbed, right? So far, we're still not playing down the possibilities of it hitting it back to it, because look at your what is this? Your trend, sorry, it's getting almost at the end, going for that little bearish scenario, although we are getting a flip of the ribbon to the upside here once again. So that's why I mentioned, I think that 128 500 ish or 400 ish, it is inevitable. I think that throughout today we might have that pump basically playing out, and well, we might be getting somewhere. Oh, let me just move this really quickly. Somewhere around 133, 100, yeah, 33, 662 K. So somewhere around those areas by the end of the week, if we're not retracing back to the loud order block. So let's just zoom out a little bit before I pass it over back to you, Piper. And let's make a little horizontal on the previous all-time high. And this is it. As you can see, the price action is not that far away on the daily. We're just a couple of points percent above it. So that is just not even in 1%, 0.68%. And we are kind of like struggling making it up. So we go through, we retrace, we go through, we'll see if we retrace. Something important is that if we start seeing a flagging here, especially on the 12 hours, well, then that will be a good opportunity for you to reconsider entering, as we did, baby, right down here, or as we form this little pennant in here. So other than that, looking good, not looking bad at all. We just need to keep an eye on this bullishness just to see what's going on, and I expect that it's going to be a very, very shallow movement to the downside, and that is because this curl back up that might be taking us to reverse zones very quickly, back at there we go, back at the 128 zones. So that's what I got so far, Piper. Let me try it back to you.
Awesome. Let's give a shout out to the chat. We just got the Otter Gang for OG Monday. I'm drinking, hey, Alex, you'll love this. I'm drinking maple pecan coffee in the OG mug. I'm feeling fully Canadian today. So delicious. Delicious. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. We got Wixwife Fine 89, 2 in here with us. Dano Crypto, thanks for joining us, bro. He said he sent some people over. He said when you send people, it's at least 25 to 35. I send 5. Dano, we don't care, even if it's just you that shows up, man. It's all good. We'll take you anytime here at the Academy, man. Shout out to HRJ, man, trade master extraordinaire from over there in the Alex O crypto gang. He's also in here with us. I saw Alex O. We got Jay Violet, Alexandra G, the mod queen, full moon. Actually, she said. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Yeah, Trade Intuition, Bingo Bango in here with us. BC Port Corp, Donato Cabrera, all set. Man, you guys are all just rolling in. I appreciate all of you. And shout out to the OGs joining us here. F Bomb, K Pack. I'm here. He said Ace of Trades. You guys are awesome. Hey, OC, check it out. I told the crew this weekend about this. I entered, you can pull this up on your chart real fast. We'll go back to it. Look, 122 500 was my entry on my 10x long. Go look at that level on your chart and tell me what you think.
Let's go. 122 500 you mentioned, right? Oh, nice.
Yep.
Look at that. Either a perfect break of structure on the way up or a perfect retrace on the way down. Perfect. Look at that. And if that wasn't the way down, there you go. Look at this. Caught the
It was the way down.
Very, very
it was
bottom.
the way down. It was the retest there. Yep.
Nice.
Let's go. Perfect, man. Yeah, 10x long running really well right now. Let's go jump over into the news. We got a lot of stuff to go over today. If you guys don't tracking, Federal government is still shut down right now. So it is what it is. But hey, we're going to continue riding this. I told you guys, when the government shuts down, they were talking about on some articles that this time might be different. Job firings. We're going to talk about that today. Permanent layoffs of the federal government employees. But I told you that typically when the government shuts down, markets do well because there's no government at work to F it all up. Here, soundbite.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
That's right. There we go. So let's go jump over into the news and break this down for you guys. Looking here at the news this morning, guys, look at the crypto, into the Cryptoverse metrics here. Oh, by the way, it is DCA Monday, and all the DCA levels are in the Discord. So members, make sure you go over there and get that. Matter of fact, let me see something here. We got a lot of people in here. Let's do this. 5 free memberships right there from Piper Academy. Just sent them out to you. There you go. So see if we get some new members in here. Looks like Mab just received one. Hobby Horizons picked up one. Crypto Mar, Rick Calavoda, and Oak all picking up a Piper Academy membership there. Guys, DCA Monday, the Piper plan for DCA is all in the Discord, all from Into the Cryptoverse with the dynamic DCA setup. So looking at crypto market cap right now, we're at $4.271 trillion right now. The total trend on this is at 4.46. We're only undervalued by 4.27% right now, undervaluation. So when we've hit this median in the past, guys, this has been where we get rejected. We are coming up on it, so keep that in mind. And we'll have to see if we can break in through the median and get into a positive overvaluation here. As of right now, 4% undervalued. Current risk levels, we're sitting at 54.4% risk band. That is a 2x DCA on the Piper Plan Dynamic DCA. And then looking at the with stable coins dominance right now, we're at 58.55. Without stables, we're almost to 63%. Bitcoin dominance continuing to tick up. As we've discussed here for a couple of weeks on the show. Let's go and look at the altcoin season. Where are we at? We're at 71.1%. Currently, neither Bitcoin nor altcoin season. We hit inside of there, and I told you, if we don't stay in there long, it's going to be short-lived. And again, it was short-lived, moving back down to this downside. Why? Because Bitcoin's ROI is greater than more than 25% of the total top 50 altcoin valuation. So ROI on Bitcoin coming in hotter than 17, or actually greater than 17 altcoins. So looking at the liquidations for the past 24 hours, we've had 138,499 traders get liquidated, coming in at $274.43 million. Largest single liquidation order happened on Hyperliquid. It was a Bitcoin trade for a cool $4 million. There you go, CZ in the house. $4 million loss there. Trump, there will start to be layoffs if Trump decides the shutdown talks have stalled. That is according to Hassett. Let's go down here and see what they're saying. National Economic Counselor Director Kevin Hassett said Sunday that layoffs for federal employees will begin if President Donald Trump decides that congressional negotiations to end the government shutdown are going absolutely nowhere. I think that everybody's still hopeful that when we get a fresh start at the beginning of the week, today, Monday, that the Democrats will see that it's just common sense to avoid layoffs like that. His comments come as the government shutdown enters its 5th day with no clear off-ramp in sight. Democrats are holding their ground on their health care demands, pushing to include a permanent extension of enhanced premium tax credits in any government funding legislation. So Republicans, however, argue that those conversations should happen in December, not as part of the government shutdown negotiations, escalating the standoff. Democrats continue to dig in on their demands as the shutdown enters a new week. Welcome to shutdown week 2. The Senate again on Friday failed to pass 2 funding bills that would have ended the shutdown. The resolution previously failed multiple times in the upper chamber last week, I should say. Trump also said that the shutdowns offered him an unprecedented opportunity to slash the size of the federal agencies and lay off government workers, although the administration has not yet followed through on that threat. So more jobs coming, more job losses coming to us if they don't get something on this. And I don't know that they're going to. Typically, a government shutdown lasts an average of 8 days. 8 days would put us into Thursday, Friday this week. So we'll see if we're going to go past that average. We're still under the average time of a government shutdown. But yeah, it's a cluster. It's a cluster F right now. Let's go take a look into the Cryptoverse. By the way, did you guys see this? Did you see this, OC? Check it out. Limited edition. This is from Bitcoin Magazine, put this out. Bitcoin Magazine partners with Gold Bar Whiskey to release a limited edition Bitcoin whiskey collection. It's Gold Bar Whiskey, which makes a pretty good whiskey. But they're putting out this Gold Bar Bitcoin Reserve. And here's what it looks like. Check it out. Bitcoin Reserve, Gold Bar. They have that one there. And then they have the Gold Bar Satoshi Reserve, with only 999 bottles available of this. To limited edition whiskey, celebrate 15 years since the first known use of cryptocurrency to buy real goods in 2010. So oddly enough, they don't take Bitcoin for it. I already looked. If you want to know the prices on these, you can go here. There we go. There's the gold. Satoshi Reserve is $700. Okay. For that one. And that is a, what year is this? How long is it aged? It's a 60% alcohol level, I think. And then they've got the other one, which is this one here, the Bitcoin Reserve, for $129. I did order a bottle of this just to put on the shelf and maybe crack open every time we make a new all-time high. Take a drink of it. So, but that's what I saw this morning, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get it. Why not? So there we go. Fear and greed index right now, guys, looking at 71. We're in greed currently, and we should have a new one. Let's go see if there's a new one on this. There should be a new one. Yeah, 1 hour ago. 71, still in greed. There we go. That is the fear and greed index for Bitcoin. Looking at Ethereum's fear and greed index, it is at 65, also in greed. And then breaking. I don't know what Donald Trump is smoking over there, dude. He said virtually no inflation and stock markets are continually hitting record highs. I'm going to talk more about this in a minute, OC. I'm going to go to DuoCam once I get to the news, and we're going to talk about this. I'm out. That's really dumb. They don't take Bitcoin. I'm out. That's really dumb. You're right, Buck. It is. I wouldn't sell my Bitcoin for whiskey anyways. I'll just buy my whiskey. I'm not going to sell my Bitcoin yet. Not yet. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about here with virtually no inflation and stock markets continually hitting record highs. One of these is true. Actually, both of these are pretty true. He's right. He's absolutely right. And I'll tell you why in a moment, but we'll go finish up here. Also from Digital Asset News, and we're going to talk about this in a little bit here, OC, when we're looking at altcoins, but he says, if your favorite altcoin hasn't hit its previous all-time high, then consider this. We'll go over those in a bit too. Let's check out the TradFi, look at the stock market. How's it looking today? TradFi, NASDAQ up 0.43% this morning on market open. S&P's up about 0.16%, and the Dow Jones down about 0.5%. S&P, little change to start the week. It's AMD. AMD is what's doing this, and I'll show you the chart in a minute. Actually, OC, I'll pull it up. I've already got it. Russell 2K up 0.25%, and the VIX just under 17 points, guys. If it hits 17, expect a lot of volatility. That's the volatility index. Check this out, though. Look at bonds, 10-year continuing back up to 4.1, closing in on 4.2% there. 10-year yield not coming down despite rate cuts. How about gold? Gold's almost at $4,000 today, OC. $3,972 on gold. Silver is at $48.49, closing in on $49. Copper slightly down. Platinum and palladium both up today. Palladium up 3.98%, almost 4%, and platinum up almost 2% on the daily. Let's go see what it's saying about gold here. Gold climbs above the key $3,900 level for the first time on safe haven demands, and they're meaning weekly close. If you guys are wondering, yes, they hit 3,900 last week. We actually got a close above 3,900. It hit $3,949 earlier in the session. U.S. gold futures for December climbed 1.4% to $3,962. Washington will start mass layoffs of federal workers if President Donald Trump decides negotiations are stalling. We already saw that. And the appetite for gold remains heavily stimulated by ongoing U.S. government shutdown. There may be some FOMO buying on the current price, but for the others, there is likely a sense that this particular financial lifeboat has sailed. I still think gold's going to hit $5,000 before it's all said and done. And I used to say silver was going to hit $50. Well, obviously, we're really close to that. I'm going to have to up that. Maybe we'll go with $75 silver, I think, is what we're going to have to go with here. I'll have to do some TA on it at some point. Looking at the crypto bubbles, guys, Bitcoin up 1.4% on the daily. Ethereum's up 2.2%. Other big movers, BNB, again, up 4.8% there. Other stuff kind of static and meh. That's why we're seeing Bitcoin dominance pump up right now, guys. We did Avalanche was up 2.3. We had HBAR up 2.2. Look at Mantle, though, up 13.6%, moving up 3 spots to number 21. It's going to move into the top 20 here soon. Aster is up 12.5%. Aster's making another move again. Probably the fight back and forth between Aster and what's going on with Hype. So we'll have to look at that. What else we got? Zcash up 7.6% here on the daily, but giving half of that back here on the hourly today. Guys, economic calendar for the week, I should say. You can see all these blanks down here. We got a lot of Fed people speaking tomorrow. There's nothing major today at all. But look here. Balance of trade, exports and imports, no time. Not going to get released. Again, federal government shutdown. FOMC minutes should get released tomorrow, I would think. It looks like it's going to be. That's going to be the breakdown verbatim of last FOMC meeting. And then look, initial jobless claims, more jobs data right now scheduled to not come out. So it's getting rough. It's getting rough out there. I will point out that they do have Michigan consumer sentiment. Of course, that's University of Michigan. So we will get some type of data, what's going on with the overall economy. But right now, until the government opens up, guys, there's no news on this. And in my opinion, no news is good news. We just have to go with that. No news is good news for the markets. FedWatch, how are we looking for the chance of a rate cut or a rate hike or a rate pause? Right now, 5.4% chance of no rate cut this month on October 29th, 94.6%. We will see a 25 basis point rate cut. Check it out. AMD, we were just talking about this. This is what's moving the NASDAQ and the S&P right now. AMD stock skyrockets 35% as OpenAI looks to take stake in the AI chip maker. And we'll go over and take a look at that here on the chart in a little bit, guys. But 35% upside today on AMD. The chart looks insane. And we'll pull that up and show you why the NASDAQ and the S&P are both green today. And then lastly here, searches. The bubble in people searching for AI bubble has burst. What that means for the stocks. Retail investors' fear of an AI bubble appears to have fallen off after spiking this summer. It could mean that stocks have further to balloon before they ultimately top out. The number of U.S. and worldwide web searches for the term AI bubble peaked on August 20th and August 21st, according to Google Trends data spanning the past 3 years. Searches for the term dramatically outpaced searches for stock market bubble, AI boom, or crypto bubble at the time, and now it has fallen. Peak interest in that search came shortly after Massachusetts Institute of Technology report found that 95% of organizations are getting zero return despite funneling $30 billion to $40 billion in enterprise investments of generative AI. And now we're getting this fall off on it where it's starting to slow down, meaning given previous bubble patterns, Wall Street strategists think AI stock may continue ballooning higher before bursting. So I don't know, man. Higher for longer, just like inflation. Welcome to the markets of the AI generation. But I want to talk about real fast, OC, about the comment that Donald Trump made about we are not in inflation, increase in inflation, and we're not, what was the comment exactly? He said, we are not virtually no inflation and the stock markets are continually hitting higher highs. He's right. And I talked about this weekend with the wife. We were watching some videos and I said, look, here's the bottom line. We're not really seeing high inflation. Overall, inflation is relatively low. It's into 2.9, 3.2. So overall, inflation not horrible. Is it going down? No. Is it sticky? Yes. Do we have high inflation? Not really. So why is everything so expensive? If we don't have inflation going on, we're not seeing inflation of increased cost. What are we really seeing? We're seeing the devaluation and weakening of the US dollar. Just like the stock market, he said, hitting record highs, continually hitting record highs. Yeah, because the dollar keeps dropping in value, so it takes more dollars to buy a share, right? Just like virtually no inflation. No, but it's taken a lot more dollars to buy whatever that good is that's not inflating, right? So we actually have a deflating dollar. That's what we have. So just say it how it is. There's virtually no inflation, and the markets are continually hitting record highs. Translates to we have a deflating dollar, and so it's taking more to buy everything right now. That's what we really have. So BC Port Corp. Here's the link to the afternoon's Wall Street Weekly. Oh yeah, cool. BC, yeah, BC was talking about AMD this morning, guys. He's been telling you about it for a while, so make sure you go check out BC Port Corp. Always talking about that stuff. OC, virtually no inflation, and the stock market's continually hitting a record high. Fact check. Is that true or not true? Well, yes and yes. It was a question. True or not true?
Oh, I would say, well, I thought you were answering and reading here because I say facts. Well, true or not true. Well, here's the thing. Deflation, and I want you to explain a little bit more on the deflating dollar, because under my end, yes, we don't have that much of that machines going off right at this point, right? We don't have that much production. But what is the actual bulk of the dollar going into? Because taking more dollars to buy a share, that sounds to me like inflation, isn't it?
Well, it's no, me personally, I take inflation as when the value of something continues to rise. The cost of something continues to rise, right? And I don't think that we are. I think things are staying relatively static, but the amount of dollars it takes to buy those things is getting higher, right? And so there's a big difference, because if we had true inflation, then if someone was buying something from, say, the euro, it wouldn't cost as much, right? It would be cheaper for them. And so that's what we're seeing, right? Oh, if it was true inflation, if they bought it with the euro, it would be more expensive, right? Because that item costs more. It doesn't, though. That it's really just a mirror. It's a shell game, right? Look, it's increasing. No, it's not. Your dollar is devaluing. I would think that if Trump was smart, he would say, "Yeah, we have an inflation problem," instead of saying that there is no problem, because really the only answer that he has to show is that the dollar is getting weak. I mean, take a look. Look at the dollar, man. Let's put this on the weekly. This is since January, right here. Bam. Well, we're just continuing down. And yeah, we might have hit a double bottom here, but we're not getting any better. And then I've showed this before too. Let me find it here on the chart. This is what's going on. It's really simple. Take something that is not priced in the US dollar, like stocks are priced in the US dollars, right? Take something that's not priced in the US dollar and compare that. So we're going to go to BTC Euro, and I've showed this before. Showed you guys this before. So, back here, when we made our new all-time high on the euro back in August, or our new all-time high on Bitcoin, in August, look, Bitcoin January did not hit a new all-time high. We are just now hitting the high of January 2025. If we look at the normal Bitcoin chart, I'm going to move this one all the way up to the top so that it's near the other chart. It's easy to find. And I'm just going to go here and show you real fast. Take something that is not priced in the US dollar, for example, the Bitcoin versus euro. Here we go. See January, right here, January, and then a new high, and then a new high, and then a new high. Look at your euro. See there?
Nice. Yeah.
high,
Previous highs
high,
being hit.
high. Yeah, you know, previous high. That's it. Why? Because the value of Bitcoin is not going up on this chart. It's actually the dollar going down, just like on gold. Just like on gold, the value of the dollar is going down, making more of them to buy gold, right? Forcing you that way. And then, so that's what we're seeing there, guys. And at the end of the day, Bitcoin, I do think is a great hedge against the deflating dollar. But when you look at the euro, you would have been just as fine holding the euro as you would Bitcoin, because Bitcoin versus the euro has not gone up at all since January. It's at the same top, right? So while the US dollar has made four all-time highs, 3 new ones since January. So, and then let me go look at AMD here. Take a look at AMD here on the daily. Let's go 4-hour. There you go. There you go. And oddly enough, I had fibs on here from before. I had fibs on here from before, from that low to from that high to the low, low to the high, I should say. Look here. Look where we rejected at. Previous high. I think if this candle holds, guys, AMD is going to take off again. I think it's going to go back up and retest this. That which gets wicked gets candlesticked. Shout out to Piano Matty B. But I think if this holds this level, we are going to go back up. If we do a pullback here, watch for 195.63 for you AMD degens out there. That would be a line in the sand for me. Of course, if it goes any lower, 176. But yeah, big bump this morning on AMD. So, fibs. I don't believe it. I'm not a fibber. I'm a Fibonaccier. Wickfield, baby. That's right, JR. So OC, that's about all I got on the news front today. I was going to show a couple of things on alts, though, and I want to talk about that real fast, but then we're going to jump in on the alt side, and I want to show what Digital Asset News said here. Digital Asset News said, good morning. If your favorite altcoin hasn't hit its previous all-time high, then consider this. Guys, there's wisdom here in this. Listen carefully. Have your tokenomics played a role? Since its previous all-time high, has there been a massive influx of unlocked tokens to dilute the value? Yes or no? Look at your bags and say yes or no. 2, have they made advancements? Has the team really done enough to push this product past new and potentially better technology? Or even, does it have technology at all behind it? Or is it a meme coin? Is it Nippy Buck? That's what he's asking. 3, is it being used and adopted? Is the technology being used at a larger scale than just speculation from the community? 4, is it just the good restaurant that nobody visits? Crypto projects are businesses, and like any business, it could be great, but if nobody uses it, buys it, consumes it, then it's going to collapse. Sometimes good restaurants close down because nobody goes. The food might be great, the service excellent, the prices are within reason, but people still don't go. This also happens to crypto projects. 100% of businesses can't make it. Sometimes even the good ones close down. And then lastly, is it just going to make more time? I'm not here to tell you to sell your position, but I am saying that we are getting late into the bull market. So if things haven't surged, you need to take a deeper look at what is happening here. Here's a list from CoinGoLive.com, which we show you guys all the time, in no particular order, of alts that are way far off from the previous all-time high. Let's go take a look at that. I want to go here, and we're going to pull that up. All-time high. There we go. And get rid of all the ads. Thank you. Percentage from all-time high. There we go. Nice and dark screen instead of white screen. PAX G is the closest. I want to go here and go percentage drop since all-time high. There we go. JASMY down 99.72%. You guys know what the altcoin season, what happens to alts in a bear market, right? The actual bear market, the crypto winter. It ends up dumping coins like about 90% from the cycle peak. What would 90% look like on top of a down 99.72%? OC, are you frozen?
No.
Okay, there you go. You moved. 99.72%. ICP down 99.34. 8. Now, where's ADA? ADA's on this list, guys. I want to show you. And shout out to ADA Ace. I will tell you, they do have some solid economy and a solid environment over there in the ADA community. But it goes back again, are people adopting it and people using it? ADA is down 72.05% from its all-time high set in 2021. Hasn't even returned back there. It would take a 257% pump in ADA to get back to its all-time high. I think you have a lot of people that are using it, but it's the same people. There's not new people getting into the system, and so you just got the same people just pushing money back and forth, and so people are just making their old money back that they gave to someone else. This is just one example. I'm not like attacking Cardano. I love the ADA environment. I think the system, the project itself has some great stuff that it's trying to do, but it's just not getting that adoption. And that goes right back to what we were talking about here. Sometimes good restaurants just shut down. So, yeah, that's what I got there, OC. Let's go ahead and jump over and let's take a look at some of those alts. Let's take a look at some of the things you're looking at. You're looking at gold. We'll come back and take a look at the moon chart because, guys, it's full moon Monday. We got to go look at these pumps that we've had historically. I'm gonna go back about 2 years and we're just gonna measure them off. So, OC, what do you got for us, bro?
Absolutely. So this is where we left out. Let's go to the previous Friday right here. As you can see, we were coming back down after they hit on the trend line. Very nice area for re-entry. Remember, we look for those pullbacks or those triangular patterns for then come back in as we move our way up to the upside. Very important that, as before, if you look at the BOS breakout, that goes with some strength. That is an indication that you could have entered in that area or that you can enter in that area as it kind of closes. And very important, right now we're forming a goose head. That means a little retracement for then a further continuation for then a bigger retracement. So would we be having another retracement like this? Hopefully we do. And how can we get this little retracement up here? Well, we'll see because, well, the government is shut down. And oh boy, that you need to look at TikTok and space while the government is shut down. So many things happening there. Very fantastic as entertainment, just saying. And well, then we might be able to get to that 4,000 setup or that 4,000 target that we were talking about the previous week. Look at that, basically coinciding really quickly or really nicely with our predictive ranges. And we had also there we go, the top of the range, but we also have, what is it, a FIVP, if I'm not mistaken, or it was the VRVP. Not quite remember what was it. Well, at this point we have a lot of volume accumulating right here, fighting over this area. You can see that big disparity, but still sitting tightly there. Really quickly, Piper, let me know, would you like me to go and take a look at Cake, DOGE, TIO, BNB, JASMY,
Yeah,
CRV,
go
and
for it. I'm
here
just setting up the Bitcoin chart. Go for it.
let's get it. All right. So Cake, we were talking about Cake, and I'm going over a couple of things that we went throughout weekend or before moving into the weekend. So right here, we were expecting a comeback down, hitting some highs, and then retracement back down. Guys, remember, sometimes instead of going for the previous, there we go, area here, if we break it, we are entitled just to do exactly the same, but on where we see that movement played out, right? So as you can see, it actually played out very nicely, coming back up to the next area of resistance. Look at that. Remember that you call out is on your peak performance diamond. Let's take a look at that peak performance diamond, and remember that is at the candle close. So right there, you should be having your go for your next movement. And your next movement, of course, if you have a rejection already for 1, 2, 3 candles, on the third one coming back down, you have your reversal, your VWAP crossing there, well, to the next either support or support. It didn't really matter, right, until it started moving back again to the upside. So right here would have been a little bit of a bummer if you got, for example, in this case, kick back out. So for example, this would have been your short positioning here, and then coming down to the next support, taking profit 1, taking profit 2, taking profit 3, and then stop you out at profits. But then where would you know that it's time to jump back in. That's where we have our flip of the ribbon. This gets me to a question. Gare was, by the way, Gare, shout out if you are here. Gare was asking me, hey, if you needed to choose between your linear regression oscillator and your prime oscillator pro or prime oscillator pro plus, which one would you get? And my answer will always be the Pro Plus. Why? Because being a premium indicator, it gets constant in non-stop updates. It gets looked after. It gives you more precision stuff, right? And well, despite the linear regression oscillator is a good confluence indicator in one up top of the line, I would always be preferring, if I just needed to look for one, well, then my Prime Oscillator Pro. But you have seen in this channel that we can try either with them, right? But look at that flip of the ribbon right at your support, one candle after coming back up. So your entry would have been right there at your candle close. Your stop loss, yes, a little bit extended in here. And right now, time to be taking some profits. Just so you know, I don't trade on Sundays. This happened on Sunday. So not really a trade that I have taken. So what is the next movement? I see a big retracement in here. I need to wait for that flip of the ribbon. We're getting some thickness in here, and we'll see how that goes, because if we have another reversal diamond, I will be entitled to maybe just come back in on some retracement like that. So let's add a all-time breakout in here and a retracement breakout right down here. That is for cake. Do expect more volatility on cake. Doge, we are on an entry on Doge, just so you guys remember this one. We are already on profits. Throughout Sundays, we went on profit, come back down, create a higher low. That is perfect. And we have a flat top. Flat top, rising bottoms, that creates a flat top triangle, indicating that most likely we're going to be breaking out on profit. Something important, we were looking for a secondary entry right here. Look at how close we got from that entry. Not entry taken, but right now it's time to start moving our stop closer, right? So at this point, our previous entry, that's going to be our stop loss. And if you haven't, take one portion out. For me, that's going to be 50% out. So 50% out is going to be out the window right here. And the next target is going to be 0.2784. So it's boom shakalaka. The next one is TAO breakout retest continuation. Let's go. And our target is getting closer and closer. 384 is our target. Move your stop to enter if you have it, guys. Look at that. Flip off the ribbon. Well, then breaking back above. There we go. Finally, BNB playing exactly as we were expecting here, making that little flag, breaking out, a beautiful breakout retest. Look at that continuation upwards. And well, despite right here, we have our peak performance. That was your entry for either short or waiting for, remember, as we were talking about since here, waiting for that retracement continuation for BNB. Memo. I was not going to, I didn't want to talk about Memo, but we have right here an alert. So if we have an alert, let's just do a checkup on this coin really quickly. Let me, guys, get you up to date with this coin. Look at how much history this thing has, right? I mean, oh, come on. It actually goes back where the dinosaurs walked the earth. So if you did not catch that, this is freaking a joke. So we need to be very, very, very careful with this coin. All right. I was requested to me on the late show, so that's why we did an analysis. But this could be a good. Now that I'm looking at it, this could be now a good. Let's just say it. What is it? A lottery ticket. All right. So why is that? Look at the money flow that this thing is having. All right. Not only that, look at where your oscillator is at and look at your volume matrix. Yes, we already have the peak performance. And what we're going to be looking for, well, at this point, we are having a breakout. It's not about the breakout. It's about the retest, maybe a retest. And then off we go to one of our targets right here at 0.129. This might look pretty juicy. Look at that. That will be a 91%, or for the worst case scenario, from where we are right now, a 65%. So remember, if you're going to jump in here, be extremely cautious, especially because we have a loud order block, and I'm not going to be jumping in until that order block it's already out of there. All right. So until that order block quit to exist, well, then that's when I'm gonna be going for my interest. You can see it, same thing. I'm gonna be going for this one, something like that. All right, so I'm just gonna be moving it to my right. Let me get rid of this, and if we get another retracement downwards here to 0.66, well, then that's gonna be another opportunity. So keep an eye on this. I'm gonna set another alert at the center of this order block, just so you start telling me when we start breaking out. All right, so be careful with MAMO. If you want to jump in, this could be a good, like lottery ticket to go over. Finally, let me go over JASMY. JASMY's being flat in here, not precisely bad. It's been holding while it was supposed to be going down. That is a signal of strength. All right. So we still have our alerts. Let me just clean this up a little bit so we can see throughout all of that spaghetti. And here it is. We are within the same range. Up, down, up, down, up, down, trying to break through that dynamic reactor. And one important thing, here it is. If we are able to just break above in here, get to the resistance right in here, coming back down, well, then our next target, our entry is going to be right here. And our next target is going to be right there, right? If we reject, you see that I have another alert right here, and my entry is going to be right down there. So other than that, that's what I got on the altcoin area. I think that we're starting Monday strongly with a couple of setups. So let's go, baby. Let's see how that goes.
Sweet. Take a look here. I just went and did all of the work while you were doing all the altcoins. Here's your full moon setup, guys. And I went 2 years back looking at full moons and market performance following it. Okay. JASMY is a crap coin that I unfortunately hold a bit of. I went off the ride. He said, I feel you, bro. I feel you. Ask Buck about Nippy. Hashtag going to Sub-Zero. Get over here. So take a look here. We got the full moons here, guys. This is an indicator called moon phases. And I am not one to prescribe to astrology. I don't care that I'm a Sagittarius. It doesn't matter to me. But I cannot deny the data. And I don't know if it's what it's aligning with or why it's aligning like this, but at the end of the day, what we have here is performance for 2 years past looking at the full moons. 7.06% move from that one there, 6.73% move off of that one. And I'd even cut out where it went down a little bit and then up, right? We had 11.48% off of that moon. This one did not play out. So there's 1 out of 24. And then we had another one here. It was up 7.55% off of the full moon. We had 12.55% off of that full moon, 9.54. Oh, we got one here. I didn't even put it in. Look at that. I totally missed it. There we go. Up. There we go. 3.91%. And then we have one here. 15.71, 6.89%, 14.65%, 9.23%, 10.33%, 11.32, 4.22, another one that didn't play out, so 2 out of 24. 3.9% upside move from the candle close there, candle open, I should say, to the top right before we had our new moon and it dumped, right? You had three that didn't play out here out of 24. We had another one, 8.28, 38.33, 19.73 to 15.48% move, 20.12%, 12.2%, and a 7.2%. That is a 2-year mark going back to September 2023. Now, if you break all this down and you look at all of it, you have a 10.52% move to the upside when it plays out. And it has played out 324. And it has played out 88% of the time. So 88% of the time, we have an upside move on the charts. What would it look like if we got that average of 10.52% off of today, which could this a print starting tonight? Here we go. Let's go in there and take a look. That would be a move to the upside of 10 point. That's 6.1. I need 5.2. 5.2. right there. That would be an upside move to $136,000 off of today's moon that has 88% of the time led to an upside move. There you go. 88% of the time. It works every time. 10.52% move to the upside. And now we're looking at 10.52% being at $136,000. OC, moon math on Bitcoin. Your thoughts?
I love it. I love it. Well, I mean, we cannot deny that there's been studies there, and the full moon actually affects on how people react overall, right? I mean, that's the where the lunatic right word comes from, right? So, as far as I understand, well, then makes us more inclined to be taking risk and be more aggressive. So, if we're more inclined to be taking risk, I said we might be buying some tops, right? Well, not us, but overall the population. So pushing that to the extreme. Well, I mean, it amazed me. It amazed me. Just like Fibonacci, right? It's just a something like it started being like a rectangle or addition onto a rectangle thing that played out, and then the maths behind it, geometry behind it, start appearing everywhere in nature. So that kind of also we use it for trading, which was just initially drawing, then an architectural stuff, and now we use it to trade. So, well, why not the moons?
Why not the moons? I will tell you this. We got about 28 days, OC, about 28 days left. And based on the profit taking indicator here, 28 days left until we hit that November 3rd threshold there. That is going to be the end of the cycle based on the math of bottoms to tops and the window, the profit window, right? We told you guys about it back here. I said, look, where we are right now, hitting this window back in January, I said, yes, we do typically have a pullback. And I sold, by the way, back here, and then I bought back in April. Okay. Now from April, where we bought back off of that 52-week simple moving average, shout out to Lunar Beaches Crypto, we have held the bull market support band and the daily dynamic reactor all the way through here. But this is saying 28 more days. November 3rd to November 10th is pretty much where Buck and I are in this window of debate back and forth. He says November 10th. I say November 3rd, but we'll see. But that would be off of the moon. Our pump window might be putting it somewhere, because if we go here, and I want to just show you, we typically have downsides, by the way, on the new moons. Also, you can see there, new moon down, new moon down. Where is the next new moon going to fall? That would be an interesting window to say this is our top. It'd be 30 days. 30 days right there. October 21st might be the end of our cycle run, just based on if it's the end of if the end is November 3rd through the 10th, we would not have another moon take place before then. So unless you calculate that 30 days out from today would be like November 6th, and then we get this crazy God candle for a swing fell pattern that goes up and just wipes everything out. So we go into October 21st. Let's go here. We go into October 21st. Okay. We pump up into that 130 range. October 21st, we get a big pullback down, right? And then that last week of November, that November 3rd to the 10th, we get a big pump up into a swing fell pattern, and then that's our top. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, but as of right now, we've got about 28 days. We are in the final month according to historical metrics, and you can see right now on the daily OC, we are starting to get shorter and shorter candles here on the RSI primed on daily. And when we get that typically leads us to a curvature and pullback, just like here, right? In bright red, getting smaller candles. So be very careful there. That is a thing. But on the daily for the Oscillator Pro, we're not sitting too horrible here. There's no overbought. We haven't gotten the power bar waning. We are starting to get curvature on the MACD histogram, but we could see something that it does like here where it saddles. just keep an eye on all the stuff. We got a lot of things moving here, but as of right now, I am still buying Bitcoin, OC. So we got about 5 minutes left. I'm going to look at the chat here, see if anybody's saying anything, but I think I was starting to believe in the Marine Corps birthday pop. Maybe, Buck, maybe. But yeah, look, I just wanted to lay this out for you guys. I don't subscribe to it very hard, okay? But at the end of the day, I cannot deny the confluence that has happened there. There is a historical confluence that does occur. So take it for what it's worth. OC, what do you got? We got about 4 more minutes left. You got anything else, man?
Let's go. Yeah, I mean, I have TAO, and maybe we can take a look at PENGU. So let's go TAO because we have a alert right here ringing. That is a break of structure, basically ringing. So are we going to be going for a riding here? I would say yes. I was looking for a little bit more of a retracement here, but look at that. We are trying to make a break out of here. We already have a break of structure right there, and I am looking for this candle to close. Well, the next candle would be in 1 hour from now, so be a little patient in here. If you are going to be making the break of structure entry, well, then remember that you could be buying the absolute top, and this one could still be, because we haven't broke that pattern, a double top or something like a double top for a continuation downwards. I mean, if you take a look at this is not exactly the best trend line, but look at that, it is right in line with what it could happen, right? A first low retracement, right? First high, first retracement, second high, second retracement, first high, first retracement, second high, second retracement. Do we have that first high? Well, we still don't know. Seems like we might be able to have that movement to the upside. And if we do it, well, this is where our confluence is at. Our previous areas of resistance, our trend line, our predictive range, and our support or resistance right in there. So that's what I'm going to be trying to catch, this movement right here. So let's see if we can grab it. And remember, be careful on this trade. Let's go for a long position. Let's see if I can grab it all the way down here. And I'm going to be moving my stop to entry, or on my stop in here, right there, in my stop to entry as soon as I'm on profits. So let's actually push it in here. And yeah, I mean, just got to be right here. And this is going to be almost 1-to-1. There we go. So guys, it's not a call out for an entry right now. I will rather just wait for that candle close, and then whatever it happens, that's where we're going to be having our signal. If it closes below this trend line or this resistance, we're not taking the long. If we close above it, we are taking the long with a lot of risk. So this is going to be, once again, a 1/4 of an entry, and depending on how this one closes. So let's just keep it as is for now, and then let's go take a look at something else. Like, for example, right here, we have PENGU. Perfect. PENGU. We're talking about PENGU. Look at this. We have a movement to the upside, move over, stop to entry, come back down, little stop. That's fine. But we made some profits. Then looking for another re-entry, we have our breakout here, our support. And well, then as you can see, I'm looking for that flip of the ribbon. Seems like we are going to be getting it, right? So once again, we have right here a 1/4 of an entry movement, making some profits, coming back down, back up, back down, and this is where we're going to be trying to jump back in. Look at this trend line, though. It is a pretty, come on, if this thing lets me throw it, there you go. It's a pretty nice trend line to be taken. All right, so I know that we cannot take it right here, but it is what it is. We need to wait for this kind of closure, and the same thing, it's going to go. It's going to happen, right? If we are above our previous highs, we enter. If we are below our previous highs, we don't enter for that long. Other than that, that's all I got for the altcoin zone.
Awesome. And that is all the time that we had today. It's the top of the hour. We're about to go raid Crypto Coin Mindset. So Keith's Crypto Coin Mindset and T.I. Joe over there going live right now. We're about to head over there. But guys, make sure you tune in tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time with OC Guy doing trade setups with OC. And then tomorrow morning, BC Port Corp will be back dropping the alpha on you guys and everything you need to know from TradFi to crypto. We'll be back at 10 a.m. Seeing if the government's open and what happened with our full moon and everything else. So, guys, trade safe. Use some risk management. Take care. We'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. Peace, love, profits. And as Alexander G says, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.
That's the rap. Chart stack, data never lie. Piper led the mission, OC in the sky. Spaghetti on the screen, but the vision stay prime. Chart prime visual, signals on time. Alumni strong, we built from the grind. Lessons in the market that'll outlive time. Knowledge is profit, you know how we run. Till the next one, stay sharp, get it done.
You can't handle the truth. Emotional damage.
We'll see you at the next
They don't
one.
know what the fuck they're doing.
Morning market report out. Out. Out.
Boom shakalaka!
We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report. We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report. Ow.
That was awesome, dude.
Hey, it didn't break. What else you got?